We start with the Chinese economy. The country has just released its inflation figures for the month of April this year. So the latest figures show the Consumer Price Index, or CPI, rose 2.1% in April from a year earlier and 0.4% from March. And officials say that Consumer Price Index continued modest growth in April. Two factors are the pandemic and the rise of global commodity prices. And the average CPI growth in the first 4 months of the year went up 1.4% from the same period last year. Food prices were up 1.9% and non-food prices up 2.2% year-on-year. Meanwhile, the Producer Price Index, which reflects the cost of goods at the factory gate, was up 8% from a year ago and up 0.6% from March. Now, for more insight, let's talk to Mr. Chu Qiang from Renmin University of China. So, Mr. Chu, break down the numbers for us. Let's start with the CPI. Do you think it's a sharp rise or kind of modest? And do you think it's a seasonal or periodical thing? The growth due to the pandemic, or there might be some steeper factors?
Well, I think this is actually a very normal number, especially against the current background of the global economy. If we're looking at the inflation ratio and its growth in America, in West Europe, if you're going to say anything called sharp growth, I suggest you look at the price in the grocery store in America or in a gas station in Germany right now. You're looking at more than 20% or 40% of the growth. That's going to be a huge expenditure for the household. China right now still have, comparatively a mild growth in the CPI or inflation. I think this has many reasons behind that. One reason is that in the basket of Chinese CPI index, one most important factor is the pork. The pork price actually has been growing sluggishly ever since 2 years ago because expansion of the capacities in the pork farm actually has been in an oversupply situation. So pork's price is very low and it dragged down the CPI's growth speed. And also everybody knows that China has been experiencing another surge of the COVID situation, and that hindered consumption sectors to grow like before. So with not as many as people consume like before, so the CPI's growth can be mild compared to other countries. But also we still need to point it out that the global pressure on the commodity price rise is still being with us. So we're going to see what's going to happen next.